Let's talk about design.
What do you think
Dubai looks
Dubai
like?
same square footage as
What lurks in the wilderness just beyond your backyard? And which creatures from sun-scorched deserts to storm-lashed coastlines have earned a reputation so lethal that entire regions fear them? Across every corner of the United States, nature has crowned its own apex ruler. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the most dangerous animals dominating each American state. Number 6. Feral hog. They look like farm animals gone wrong, and in a way, that's exactly what they are. Feral hogs are one of the most destructive and underestimated dangers roaming the American South, and their numbers are growing at a rate wildlife officials can barely keep pace with. These animals are not the docile pigs of folklore. Built like battering rams, feral hogs can tip the scales past 300 pounds, launch themselves at speeds reaching 30 miles per hour, and wield tusks so sharp they've been compared to surgical blades. When cornered or when their young are threatened, they don't retreat. They charge and they don't stop. Their aggression isn't just physical. Across Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, feral hog populations have exploded into the millions. They tear through crops with mechanical efficiency, uproot entire ecosystems overnight, and carve devastating paths through rural farmland. Conservatively, they inflict more than $1 billion in agricultural and ecological damage across the United States every single year. Eradication programs have thrown every tool available at the problem: trapping, aerial hunting, toxicants, and still, the herds multiply. Attacks on humans remain relatively uncommon, but they happen in farm fields, along hiking trails, sometimes right on the fringes of suburban neighborhoods. A hog that feels trapped will make a decision in a fraction of a second, and it won't be in your favor. You might think a creature roaming landlocked terrain is easy enough to avoid, but off the coast of 2 mid-Atlantic states, something far older and far more powerful has been circling closer to shore. Number 5. Great white shark. Few creatures on Earth carry the weight of mythology the way the great white shark does. And in the coastal waters stretching along Delaware and Maryland, that mythology is becoming increasingly real. Great whites are engineering marvels of evolution up to 20 feet in length, weighing several tons, built over millions of years into one of the ocean's most efficient killing machines. Their senses defy easy comprehension. Electroreceptors that detect the faint electrical fields of a heartbeat, eyes adapted to low-light hunting, and a hydrodynamic body capable of explosive acceleration from virtually nothing. Their diet centers on seals, sea lions, and large fish not humans. But here's where the mid-Atlantic coastline tells a changing story. Seal populations along this stretch of the eastern seaboard have rebounded dramatically in recent years, drawing great whites northward and closer to popular swimming beaches with increasing frequency. Documented sightings have climbed steadily each summer, particularly during the warm months when baitfish schools pile up near shore. Human encounters remain statistically rare, but the operative word is remain. The trajectory is moving in one direction. And when a great white does make contact, even in what researchers call an investigatory bite, the sheer mechanical force involved can be catastrophic. These animals don't attack with malice, they probe with weaponry that can sever limbs in a single motion. These are not just tourist waters, they are an active hunting ground, shared unknowingly by millions of beachgoers every season. From the Atlantic's cold depths, we now climb into rugged western terrain where a sleek, silent predator watches you long before you ever know it's there. Number 4. Mountain lion. You will almost certainly never see one coming. That, more than anything else, is what makes the mountain lion so uniquely terrifying. Known interchangeably as cougars, pumas, and panthers, depending on the region, these cats have perfected the art of invisibility. They haunt the ridgelines, the dense pine corridors, and the rocky outcroppings of the American West Territories that can span more than 150 square miles for a single animal. They are solitary, largely nocturnal, and extraordinarily patient hunters. Their physical capabilities are nothing short of staggering. Mountain lions can clear 40 feet in a single horizontal leap and hit 50 miles per hour in a short burst, faster than almost any human response would allow. When they strike, they go immediately for the neck and skull, deploying retractable claws and powerful jaws designed to incapacitate prey within seconds. Their night vision is acute. Their approach is nearly silent. Deer are their preferred target, but a starving mountain lion, or one that feels cornered, will recalibrate. There have been documented attacks on trail runners, hikers, and cyclists almost always from behind, almost always without warning. Survivors frequently describe never hearing a sound before impact. Encounters remain rare, partly because mountain lions are so effective at avoiding detection. But rare doesn't mean impossible, especially as development pushes human activity deeper into prime cougar habitat each year. The western wilderness holds its dangers in silence, but in the heart of America's Great Plains, the most iconic creature on the continent is still capable of stopping you dead in your tracks. Number 3. American bison. There is a dangerous illusion that comes with watching a bison graze. Standing in a field, head down, moving slowly through tall grass, they look almost serene, ancient, unhurried, safe. That illusion has put more people in emergency rooms at Yellowstone than any bear or wolf ever has. American bison are the heaviest land animals in North America. Adult males routinely exceed 2,000 pounds. They can accelerate to 35 miles per hour, matching a horse in full sprint, and they can pivot with startling speed for an animal of their mass. Their horns aren't decorative. They are weapons, used with devastating precision when a bison decides something in its vicinity needs to be removed. The triggers are deceptively simple. Approach too quickly. Get between a mother and her calf during calving season. Make sudden movements. Come within the invisible boundary the animal has drawn around itself. Bison don't issue multiple warnings. They issue one and then they move. Social media has worsened the problem considerably. Visitors at national parks have been documented walking within feet of bison herds for photographs, sometimes with children in tow. Park rangers issue warnings constantly. Every year, tourists are gored regardless. These animals survived the brink of extinction in the 19th century, hunted from tens of millions down to fewer than 1,000. That they still roam the plains at all is a conservation miracle, but their survival hasn't softened their temperament. Bison are wild animals through and through. Beneath the grass of the eastern and southern United States, something far smaller and far more camouflaged is waiting for a single careless step. Number 2. Copperhead snake. It doesn't rattle, it doesn't hiss, it doesn't rear up in warning. The copperhead simply lies still and waits, and that patience is precisely what makes it the most bite-prolific snake in the United States. Copperheads are pit vipers, members of the same family as rattlesnakes and cottonmouths, equipped with heat-sensing pits between their eyes and nostrils that allow them to detect warm-blooded prey in total darkness. Their namesake coloring warm copper and amber banding is not an accident of genetics. It's a masterwork of camouflage, rendering them nearly invisible against a carpet of autumn leaves, dry bark, or sun-dappled forest floor. That invisibility is the source of most bites. People don't see copperheads until they've already stepped on one. Gardeners reach into mulch beds. Children run barefoot through wooded yards. Hikers brush past leaf litter without a second thought, and the copperhead, disturbed without warning, responds the only way it knows how. The venom is hemotoxic. It attacks tissue and disrupts the blood's ability to clot. For healthy adults, fatalities are rare when treatment is sought quickly, but bites left untreated or in vulnerable individuals can spiral into something far more serious. The pain alone has been described as immediate and overwhelming. Swelling can be extreme. Tissue damage in severe cases is permanent. Copperheads are most active from spring through early fall, prowling at dusk and after dark in the humid forests and suburban greenways of the southeast and mid-Atlantic states. Quiet killers live close to the ground, but in the vast northern wilderness, a different predator reigns, one built not for stealth, but for raw, unstoppable power. Number 1. Grizzly bear. There is no animal in North America that commands the landscape quite like the grizzly bear. Not in the way a predator hides or stalks or ambushes, but in the way a force of nature simply occupies space. The grizzly doesn't blend in, it dominates. Standing upright, a full-grown male can reach 8 feet in height and weigh well over 1,000 pounds. They can sprint at 35 miles per hour faster than any Olympic runner in history, meaning that at close range, the concept of escape becomes largely theoretical. Their claws, designed for excavating hard earth in search of food, can be 4 inches long. Their bite force is capable of crushing bone. Grizzlies are omnivores, but that word understates them. They consume everything. Berries and roots, yes, but also elk, moose, salmon ripped straight from river currents, and the kills of other predators they've driven away. They eat with an urgency in the months before hibernation that borders on compulsive eating, consuming up to 20,000 calories a day. And they defend their food with a ferocity that has no parallel. Most dangerous encounters follow a predictable pattern: a surprise meeting on a trail, a hiker between a mother and her cubs, a carcass stumbled upon in the brush. The bear's sense of smell, reportedly 7 times more powerful than a bloodhound's, typically alerts it long before humans are aware of its proximity. When that early warning fails, the result is often violent. These animals are essential to the ecosystems they inhabit. They are also genuinely, unambiguously lethal. In the Alaskan backcountry, in the mountain ranges of Montana and Wyoming, the grizzly is not an animal you observe. It is an animal you survive. Number 6, number 5, number 4, number 3, number 2, number 1.